30s, oh my God. For me, I am laying a good foundation for the rest of my life in my 30s. We've done everything we did in the 20s. We've made the mistake. We've learned the lesson. 30s, we are building, baby. We are really building, and we're building something solid. So go ahead and subscribe, turn on those notifications, drop me a comment. So stay tuned. Make sure you watch to the end of this video because the last one is very, very important. First one is knowledge and confidence. And I've grouped these two together because I'm a firm believer that building your knowledge helps to build your confidence. If you really want to grow in confidence, not just arrogance, raising your voice unnecessary, but true confidence and quiet strength, that requires knowledge, that requires a depth of knowledge. And that is what every woman should be focused in. Now, you've had your teens and your 20s, and I believe at a certain age, we have to stop blaming our background. We have to stop blaming people in our lives. Oh, I wasn't taught this. My mother didn't teach me this. My parents didn't teach me this. People did not teach me this. Your 30s is that period where you become very intentional. Look at the areas of your life. Identify areas you really need to grow in knowledge. It might be your finances. It might be your career. It might be a skill you want to acquire. 30s is that time that you really double down on knowledge. It doesn't mean you have to go back for your master's or PhD. If you want to do that, good for you. But you can do things as easy as reading a book, listening to a podcast, taking a short course. Even YouTube videos like this are really enlightening and will really deepen your knowledge on different subjects. Personally, I call YouTube the University of YouTube because the things I've learned from YouTube, the knowledge I've gotten from YouTube, honestly, I would have paid thousands of pounds to get that same knowledge from a university. And why should you really go for knowledge? See, as a woman, knowledge is a form of self-protection. In this world and the way the world is shaped and the attitude of the society towards women, you can't afford to be ignorant. Now, the second one, this one is a big one. Take care of your health. Health is wealth. Investment is yourself, your health. Take care of it. Your 30s, we always joke on the internet that in your 30s, your back hurt, your knees hurt. You need to go to bed at a certain time to rest your body. Now, imagine if you're feeling this way and you're still not paying attention to your health. And by health, I mean your physical health, your mental health, every aspect of your life. And if you're a spiritual person, also your spiritual health. So in the same line of taking care of your health, exercise, eating healthy. I know in your 20s you could survive on one meal, you could survive on plenty junk, but your 30s is not the decade to do that. Honestly, healthy meal, exercise, strength training, I've really had a massive benefit from that. It keeps you stronger. It helps to strengthen your muscles and your bones. You don't have to do too much. If you're not like a gym girly like myself, I'm not, but do the basic. I have dumbbells that I lift at home, so I don't really need to go to the gym, but they're all part of the strength training. You want to keep those muscles working. You want to keep those ligaments in good shape. And these are really important things we should be doing in our 30s because our health is our best investment. This is not a decade to miss your doctor's appointment. This is not a decade to say, oh, I'll sleep it off, I'll walk it off. No, no, no. There is degeneration going on in your body every day. So you really need to be on top of things. Take that multivitamin, book the pap smear, book the dentist appointment. Very important. I know people are out there ignoring their dentist appointment, not keeping up with it. Go book that dentist appointment. Book an appointment with your dental hygienist. Book an appointment for a mammogram. Do your self breast examination. Very important. If you don't know how to do that, there are YouTube videos that teach you how to do that. Take care of your mental health. If you need to take time off work, do that. If you need to go for therapy, do that. I've been in therapy before and it was really helpful. There are things you unpack in therapy that you're like, oh, okay. There are things my therapy told me. There are questions she asked. I'm like, I never thought about this way. So it's really important. If you need to do that, go do that. If you need to talk to a counselor, go do that. But make sure you're paying attention to your health. You know what they say, health is wealth. Next one is securing the bag, taking charge of your finances. Let me tell you, for most women, money is a protection. Even the Bible says money is a defense. Money is protection. I said before, knowledge is protection. Another thing that can provide a layer of protection for a woman in today's world is money. So know your numbers. Know your numbers. Very, very important. Things like your salary, your taxes, make sure it's correct. Your pension. I know you're in your 30s, you're thinking, oh, I'm too young. Why should I talk about pension? Why should I start worrying about it? You need to start worrying about it seriously. You need to start worrying about your pension. I'm really hoping that we all have a pension fund that we pay into and our employer is paying into. I think withdrawing yourself from a pension fund that is provided by your employer is really a bad decision. I'm not a financial expert, but I think you're leaving money on the table unless you want to make your own private arrangement. But the thing about employer provided pension is as you're paying into it, your employer is also contributing into it. So you have extra money. Another thing is savings. I'm sure we all know about the rainy day fund where we're supposed to save up to 3 months expenses for the rainy day. But in today's world and in today's UK economy, sometimes it feels like it's raining every day, but you still need to save. Your £20 weekly, your £50 weekly is really important. One thing I've done that helped me is automating my savings. So I don't wait to spend and then save later. Rather, I save as I spend. There's a weekly amount that is automated and it goes straight into my savings account. And you don't really have to have just one type of saving account. I have a saving pot for my house. I'm looking to buy a house. I'm planning to buy a house sometime in the future. I have a different saving pot for that. I use the lifetime ISA to save for that, and you get the government bonus on it. But you can use any other savings account that works for you. But it's really important we take charge of our numbers. If you're doing a business, no matter how small that business is, keep track of your number. Another thing that helps me is budgeting. Budgeting helps you to keep track of income and your outgoings. Maybe it's time to get a budgeting app. Maybe it's time to, even if it's in your notes app, start writing down on your it helps you to track your finances and stay on top of your numbers. I'm not one of those people that will say, oh, don't order the coffee, don't order the takeout. If you want to order takeout, fine. But by the time you start keeping track of your numbers, if you look at the numbers and find out that, okay, maybe the coffee and the takeaways are getting a bit excessive, then you know where the problem is coming from and you know how to adjust. And investing is good. I started dipping my toes in investing since last year. I have stock and shares ISA, and it's been really good. It's been really, really good. Investing is definitely better than savings. I'm not a financial expert, but I'm just sharing from my own experience. I've gotten more interest from my investment account than my ordinary savings account. So it's really a good way to build money for the future. In our 30s, one thing we should do is secure the bag. You should pay attention to is your appearance, starting with a solid and consistent skincare routine. A research has shown that after 18 years, you lose 1% of collagen every year after 18 years. So your skin is looking all firm and tight, but it's not going to look like that forever if you're not doing something to maintain it, something to supplement the collagen and all the good things you're losing as a result of age. And skincare doesn't have to be expensive. You don't have to buy the 300-pound moisturizer. There are good ones, affordable ones that work for you. If you've not seen my video on affordable morning skincare routine or affordable nighttime skincare routine, you should definitely check that out. I'll link that on this video and also on the description. Check that out. Is a good place to start. A good skincare routine is the one you are consistent with. It's not the price tag on them. It's not who recommended them. It's not the company that produced them. It is the one you are actually using. The best skincare is the one you are actually going to use. And in talking about building a skincare routine, we can't forget SPF. Like if you're in your 30s and you're not using SPF, you're not using your sunscreen daily, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Get factor 50, apply it generously on your skin every day. It's summertime now. Even in the winter, you should still be using your SPF. I have a rule. If you can see the sun can see you. So go wear your SPF, because we want to age like fine wine. You know, we don't want to age like milk. We want to age like fine wine. And you don't want to wait until the signs of aging starts appearing before you do something about that. You want to be proactive and do something about it before those signs start appearing. And finally, this one is very important. And if you stay to the end, I hope you've liked this video. Tell me in the comment section which of these points that I've made resonated with you before we go into the last point. The last point I want to make is about auditing or building your community. So if you have a community, a group of friends around you, it's time to audit them. Maybe these are friends you met in school when you were a teenager. These are friends you met in uni or at your workplace in your 20s. Community, your 30s, it's time to sit down and audit. By the time you start paying attention to all the areas I've highlighted, you might find out that not everyone around you is doing the same. Maybe it's time to, shift your focus and go be with people that are like-minded. And if you don't have a community, especially if you're an immigrant, you're pulled away from your community and you have to start from the beginning to build a community. And that is what I'm trying to do here, using this platform and also building a real life community. Is very important. They say if you want to go fast, you go alone. But if you want to go far, you go together. Building a community is very important. And I hope I don't have any woman, any young lady watching this, there's one of those people that say, I don't like female friends. I don't like making female friends. I prefer men. Please, please, please don't say that. I beg of you, do not say that. Female friends are really important. Having women, like-minded, strong, confident, knowledgeable women in your corner, it is so important. These are the people that will look at you and tell you the truth, not the men, not your male bestie. And also, people that you can trade lived experience with. You can share your lived experience and they can really relate to it. Yes, your male best friend might listen to it, he might empathize with it, but there's something about lived experience that a man can never relate to. So if you're someone like, I don't really like hanging out with women, please, please grow up. In your 30s, that is part of the growing up you should do. And I think is one of those things that patriarchy has sold to us. No, we are not competing against each other. We are not envious or jealous of each other. Find people there. I believe they are good people. They are good women, not mean girls. Look into your community, look around you. They're really genuine, good people. Get close to them, build a community with them, trade ideas with them, share your wins and your maybe your failures. Learn from each other. Really important. You can't do this life alone. You really cannot do life alone. It's just impossible to do life alone. If you want to go far, you need a community. And you can also join this community that I'm building here. We're building a community of confident women who celebrate their little wins, who are rebuilding themselves, who are getting better and better in their 30s. Because our 30s, oh my God, for me, I am laying a good foundation for the rest of my life in my 30s. We've done everything we did in the 20s. We've made the mistake. We've learned the lesson. 30s, we are building, baby. We are really building and we're building something solid. So go ahead and subscribe, turn on those notifications, drop me a comment. And if there's another area you want me to share, I am happy. I'll answer your questions in the comment section. If there's something I talked about that you want me to throw more light on, I'll be in the comment section and I'll try to reply as much as I can. I hope this video has helped you. On this channel, I share real life practical truths that will help you, not things that are high sounding, ambiguous, and difficult to understand. I try to break it down in a practical sense that can help you in your everyday life. And I also have a podcast. In that podcast, we reflect on our journey of womanhood, the journey of motherhood, the immigrant journey, And also, we celebrate the little wins, because the wins that you should be celebrating are not just the big milestone. We should celebrate everything. Making a decision to open a new savings account, taking care of your pension, taking care of your health, booking that dentist appointment, booking the pap smear appointment, going for knowledge, reading a book, listening to an inspirational podcast. All these are little wins, and all these are things that are worth celebrating. And on this week's episode on the podcast, I talked about timeline pressure, the pressure we put on ourselves, the pressure we put on ourselves to accomplish things by a certain age. That's what we talked about. I'll put the link on the description box, and it's also available on Amazon, Apple, and Spotify podcast. You will get it there. And I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you get inspired and empowered by the podcast and by this video. Remember to like, share, subscribe, turn on your notification, and I will see you, my dearest lovelies, in the next video. Bye.